Take one. And responding to RavelUnravel. I am Peter, and I'm answering the questions that I see from the RavelUnravel project. The first regarding religion. The religion that I share is actually beyond words. I believe in truth existing within all religions. I share that belief. A technical term that can be utilized to describe the faith I share is the Dharma of Tikkun Olam, which translates to the truth of healing the universe, including the Sanskrit and the Hebrew elements. Officially, I am Jewish. However, as I describe, I also believe in the teachings and precepts of additional religious traditions. I regularly study from the Chumash, the Torah, that's Chaim, as well as English translations of the Bhagavad Gita, which might be difficult to read, the title there, as well as the Digha Nikaya from Buddhism, the English translation being the Dialogues of the Buddha, and also the Dhammapada, which many people may know from Buddhism, and the Christian Bible, the New Testament, that's the Revised Standard Version, and the Quran, another English translation. So regularly study, teach, live from each of these scriptures, as well as additional teachings from additional religious traditions. The Tao Te Ching is actually the first religious book that I read. I consider the Souls of Black Folk to be of the same caliber. I have yet to complete Western Civilization's The Republic, but that is included as well. That's all way beyond what I intended. So I'm also involved with heavily involved with the Baha'i community, and additionally, I attend Shabbat services on a regular basis, read from the Torah, meditate with Hindu friends, do yoga. I can attend Sunday worship, perform Jumu'ah prayers, feast celebrations, and additionally with different religious traditions. So that's a little bit about the religious tradition I share in a little bit longer. Stereotypes. Given this kind of multi-faith perspective, belief, or whatever, there's the consideration or the criticism of people such as myself picking and choosing what we believe. And that's somewhat of a misnomer because I share the belief that we abstain from choosing what we believe. The notion of free will itself seems to be very precarious, and I wonder where people get that idea from. Another stereotype, and I'm reading from notes because I know who I am, yet I'm also interested in sharing certain elements. But anyways, another stereotype is superficiality, meaning that we only deal with rather aesthetic, superficial elements of religious doctrine and practices, rather than having a proficient understanding of the esoteric meaning, the hidden meaning, the deeper meaning within religious precepts and teachings. And whilst personally for myself, there's legitimacy in the observation of limitation of language skills and studies of temporal progression of religious teachings. There's the consideration and the belief that I share that truth exists within each individual, divinity exists within each individual, and revelation exists within each individual. And so everybody has the propensity of having a proficient understanding. We may have differences of understanding in different manners of understanding. However, it intrinsically exists within each of us, within everyone in every way. Also, another stereotype is that associating multi-faith or such an experience with a political liberal ideology. There are manners in which the ideology that I share can be perceived as liberal. However, there's also certain conservative elements within the political ideology I share. For example, I share the belief of marriage existing exclusively between a man and a woman as husband and wife. I actually also think it is okay for a man to have multiple wives, although that's unfavorable. But so that could be considered as the chauvinist side of conservatism. Um, let's see. All right. So in terms of being welcome in the community, I believe that I am welcome in many ways, but I'm also challenged in many ways. In terms of practicing a multi-faith religion or spirituality, there's strong challenges because I have dear and close friends in many different religious traditions, yet there's a certain lack of comfort, or I'm only comfortable in sharing the breadth of the multi-faith experience that I maintain with only a small number of people. For example, regularly recite mantras and practice beliefs that include prayers and blessings within different different languages. And I know that in doing so, in doing that aloud in different company, people seem to be rather uncomfortable, concerned, hostile towards such proclamations. I can give you an example. So regularly, I say a blessing, a prayer in different languages at different occasions on a daily basis, which includes Hebrew, Arabic, Latin, Lakota, Sanskrit, and Pali and Sanskrit, and occasionally English as well. For example, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. That's the standard beginning within Judaism and Hebrew, as well as Bismillah Rahmani Rahim, Arabic and Islam. And within Latin, Deus noster qui es in caelis, sanctificetur nomen tuum. Christianity in Latin. In Lakota, Pilamaya Yelo Wakantanka. And within Pali, Sabe Sata Bhavontu Sukitata. And that's Buddhism. And within Hinduism, Sanskrit, simply Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And there's Amen. Sometimes I include some English in there as well because that's my predominant language. So there's some discomfort in saying that in public out loud. Ultimately, there's understanding that all phenomena, all people, all life is a blessing and a challenge from God, the ultimate reality, however one wants to refer to that. And so I continue looking forward to experiencing life, learning, and teaching with all of us. And one final element to share with others about the religion that I practice is simply to better understand others, to learn about others and learn how to live with each other, understanding that truth exists within each religion, and benevolence exists within each individual in one way or another. Within the religion that I share, we abstain from proselytizing. Anybody can actually practice it. It's just a matter of believing in others and loving others in a genuine manner, and believing and loving in all, which is one of the reasons why I'm impressed with this RavelUnravel, because that is exactly what is being done. So I appreciate that, and I bid you all adieu and love and peace.